pick right now. I'm not too familiar with either school here, other than I know that they are on the opposite sides of the state. West Salem being up towards the La Crosse area, and Racine being down here in the southeastern quadrant. So go ahead and take a live look in and watch and see what our tracer here is going to go ahead and do. Going to go ahead and jump right onto the point. Meanwhile, West Salem is starting to get into position. Going to go ahead and work towards the higher ground. West Salem going for the 2 shield team composition here, whereas the real school is coming out with a little bit less barriers here, with the Zarya coming in here as well. So it looks like Real. I've been watching too much Champions League lately. Real's putting a little bit of pressure. They have that point captured. Moira is trying to help out this Sigma here, and it's going to go ahead and get a little bit of push here. Keep an eye on the ultimates. We see that Tracer is almost there. We just lost the Sigma there for West Salem. Orisa is coming down. Tracer does have her ultimate in. The Doomfist is able to go ahead and drop the 76 there. So West Salem's going to be without their DPS, and they just countered and was able to go ahead and drop the Tracer. Doomfist is starting to do some work here, getting rid of that additional shield there for West Salem. The Doomfist ultimate is ready to go. We're going to go ahead and see the Doomfist ultimate coming down. Not going to be able to get anybody, but drops them low enough to go ahead and get a double kill going over to Doomfist, and that means Real School is going to go ahead and be able to go ahead and get some additional ticks coming down here on the checkpoint. Doom's coming around the corner to look for a bit of a flank move here. Go ahead and take a live look in on the Junkrat for West Salem. Junkrat's going to go ahead and try to put some damage down here onto the back line. The Orisa is down for West Salem, so they're down without a shield. Real School is down there on the point. Junkrat's just throwing in some of those bombs here. But unfortunately, that's going to be 4 members of West Salem going down. Junkrat's got to go ahead and retreat to the back line. Doomfist is coming in and is going to go ahead and capture another kill going on over. And that's going to be the Real School putting quite a bit of ticks onto that checkpoint. I don't know if West Salem's going to have enough time in order to go ahead and try to 6-man onto the point. This Doomfist is just 1v6 in here in the back line. We're going to see another Doomfist ultimate coming out. Going to go ahead and just keep them in their spawn while the rest of the members keep that capture point secured. A pretty impressive first round coming out of the Real School. See if West Salem is going to be able to go ahead and match and push something to get it going a little bit in their direction. West Salem elects to go ahead and switch out some of the champions a little bit over. We got a Reinhardt and a Orisa, so still with that 2 shield. Maybe not. Looks like they're going with the Roadhog here with the Ashe and Baptiste and May. May has been absolutely crushing me in competitive lately. As a frontline tank Orisa player, that ice wall that she's able to just throw up in the back line really just pushes me out and allows the enemy team to just go ahead and just destroy me. So take a look here at West Salem's Ashe. Oh, gonna meet the Doomfist here and meet their demise. The Moira dropping some damage down here, trying to 1v1 the Batista here. Gonna go ahead and help her team almost wipe out all of West Salem in order to capture the point here. Gonna see a lot of damage, or sorry, not a lot of damage, a lot of ticks coming down onto this checkpoint. Meanwhile, West Salem's going to go ahead and try to regroup, but the Doomfist is just there in the backline. Going to go ahead and get snagged by the Roadhog and is eliminated. So now is a good time for West Salem to be pushing onto the point here. They're stuck in their spawn here, trying to be able to push back. Nice pull there by the Orisa. Meanwhile, some members of West Salem are there on the back line, trying to get the point contested there. couple members of the real school going down, so I do believe that they are going to be able to go ahead and get the tick going over, so they are going to go ahead and get some points going over onto the checkpoint for themselves. Looks like the Doomfist has switched off here, so we're going to see a little bit of a different DPS coming out there from the real school. Tracer's coming around through the back, as she usually does, to get some of those flanks. She does have her ultimate available here, so we'll go ahead and try to keep an eye. She's there in the back line, just poking some of that backline damage. Doing a good job of keeping the tanks damaged up here, and we're going to go ahead and see the Tracer ultimate coming into the back line here. She's able to get onto the Orisa. She's able to drop the Orisa and get 2 kills going over for the real school. This Roadhog's also going to go down, and so that means now that the real school has the advantage back on the point, and they're going to be able to go ahead and probably get their lead back here. So we do see now that West Salem is electing to try to go ahead and go down the right side there. Sorry, the right side, left side for them, but just both working down here on the choke point. The Moira ultimate coming out there for the real school. And now they're all coming out down to the left-hand side here. Reaper's going to go ahead and try to get onto the flank here and come around. Has about 30% left until the ultimate is ready to go. The Sigma ultimate coming out here. Reaper trying to get him, but Sigma with that just absorption field. I forget what the technical term is, but able to go ahead and absorb all the damage coming in from the Reaper, and is able to go ahead and turn that attack there by West Salem into a 3-for-0 advantage. Do see McCree and Tracer both have their ultimate up and ready to go. Meanwhile, West Salem is going to go ahead and try to come down that position again. And the Moira just meets the triple, quadruple Tracer ultimate there. And that's going to be a complete team wipe on West Salem. And that's going to be another objective secured by the real school. Appreciate seeing the GGs coming out there in the chat between both teams. Love seeing the sportsmanship coming out from both. See, the play of the game here is going to be that Tracer ultimate right here at the end of the game to secure the victory going over for the real school of Racine. So impressive showing coming out from the real school. We'll see if West Salem is able to answer here in the next couple of maps. Sorry about that. It looks like we are getting ready to go here on the next map. Trying to answer as many questions on the Discord channel as I can right now. All right. Plenty of fires put out now in the Discord channel and just all my DMs here. So ready to get back right into it here. Just to double check, I cannot remember if... All right, so blue is West Salem. So need to go ahead and make sure that we're accurate here. Make sure our icons are on the right point so we can see everything. All right, and we're going to go ahead and get underway here. So forgive me if I miscommunicate on which team is doing what here, but do you see this Sigma Bastion up here on the high ground here? Let's go ahead and jump into the Bastion so we can get a first-person look of just holding down the trigger and dealing damage. So far, so good from the Bastion up here on the top, able to help try to push everybody up off of the point. Doesn't have that shield anymore because it looks like Sigma or Orisa has left them. So now the real school is able to go ahead and just try to single him out. We see he's taking another window, but again, without another shield up there, Bastion is just going to go down. Is receiving the revive there from the Mercy. See the Mercy trying to keep Bastion alive, keep that damage available on that choke point. A lot of members for West Salem are looking low on damage here. Orisa just holding down, trying to deal some of that damage into the backline there. West Salem needs to be careful. Most of the members are not behind a shield, so they are taking direct damage. The Orisa is just slinging damage up here from the top. Able to go ahead and drop that shield again, and there is going to be another member gone for West Salem, or sorry, for the real school. But we do see that they are finally able to go ahead and push off Orisa off of that choke point. Let's take a quick deep dive here, look into what our friends over at the real school are doing. The Reinhardt ultimate coming down, able to go ahead and knock one down here. Reinhardt's meeting Bastion there into that choke point. Meanwhile, Baptiste is just able to go ahead and try to poke through. They were able to go ahead and get the Bastion. The Bastion does have ultimate available here, ready to go. The Orisa with a nice pull there in order to pull the members into the open there, but West Salem does lose one of their DPSs. And this Reinhardt is just swinging for the fences there. Dual Moira ultimates coming out, just healing and damage all over the place. Meanwhile, the real school is pushing. Sorry, West Salem. I'm so confused now on sides, but the Reinhardt just obliterates the Bastion, and there comes another Reinhardt ultimate, able to stun 3 members. Bastion and Orisa doing their best in order to try to push them back, but I don't think it's going to happen. The real school is getting real close to being able to get that payload onto the final point. What does West Salem have available in order to go ahead and try to prolong this, or at least hold out? And that is going to be 3 points going over to the real school. All right, looks like we got about 30 seconds left to go here in order to see what the schools have left in the tank here in order to make another push. West Salem's going to have to go ahead and get 3 points out of this in order to push it into the OT here. Doesn't look like we have any score updates yet, so hopefully all matches are underway. All right, let's go ahead and see. Let's see what West Salem have available in the tank here. Again, they are going with the Reinhardt, the nice mobile shield, and then they have the May available as well, able to get rid of all of those turrets on that choke point, and they are pushing as a team. Junkrat needs to get back behind his shield there, is taking the heals available there. They're going to go ahead and go around the side here, going to go ahead and try to outflank this Bastion here, but there's a nice Orisa shield and a Sigma shield up there available for the Bastion to just go ahead and sit behind here. This is going to be a tough push here. I think if West Salem wants to try to just really push off the members of the real school up there, we do see the Winston jump right up there, is go ahead and go through this kind of side door here, as you can see where the Tracer is. Use that back door to your advantage, because that's going to cut off the line of sight from that Bastion and at least be able to push onto the choke point there. Take a live look here and see what the Bastion is doing up here, up at the top. Bastion just dealing some damage as soon as they're coming out of the spawn there. The Orisa shield's just going to be up there to just continuously keep holding it. We see Bastion now kind of moving to a different choke point here. The Bastion now just going to go ahead and lay down a bunch of damage. Bastion does have that beautiful Lego skin that just came out. Oh, this is... We see the May. We see that West Salem has tried to go for that side room action. We see the Moira ultimate coming out. The Reinhardt ultimate being dropped. And we see Bastion has been caught out up there on the top. That's 3 members of West Salem that are down on this push, with all 6 members of the real school available. There goes another member of West Salem. Bastion's just going to go ahead and post back up here. Doesn't have any shields available, though. Reinhardt coming out. That shield's going to go ahead and get quickly taken down there. Reinhardt's advancing forward here without any support, which is not going to be super helpful to West Salem here. Got to move as a team at this point. Reinhardt, again, pushing there. There's going to be another drop. This Bastion is just laying down the damage, and there is not much that West Salem is able to do. The Winston's going to go down as well. And we see Bastion now coming down off the point here. Does have it available, but again, without your tanks available there for West Salem, you're kind of just stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Winston's coming in, tries to get on top of the Bastion, but there's not much that they're able to go ahead and do here. Again, this Bastion is just laying down the damage. Not much that West Salem is going to be able to do unless they coordinate an attack together here. Almost all ultimates are available here for the real school too. So see a lot of these turrets coming out. So if they are going to try that flank move, they're going to get met with a lot of turret damage. Sigma trying to hold down that choke point as well there by throwing down another shield. Bastion just able to go ahead and sit behind us. We see the Winston coming in here. The Winston is getting massively healed. We do see the ultimate coming down in the May ultimate as well. This is a good looking coordinated attack coming out here from West Salem. 2 members of their team going down here, but they are able to go ahead and get the Bastion off of that point. The Moira ultimate coming out, trying to heal everybody all at once. The enemy, West Salem, Moira, able to go ahead and drop her ultimate as well, trying to deal the damage, trying to get enough damage down. West Salem needs to get as many members onto the point as possible in order to try to contest this, but the real school has so many members there, and that Bastion is back just dealing damage, and here comes the Bastion ultimate. So there's really going to be no way in order for them to go ahead and get to the point to contest this. That was a well-played game coming out of the real school there. That Bastion, there was just no answer for it for West Salem. We're going to see this nice Reinhardt coming in, and then the ultimate coming down to go ahead and stun a bunch of members of the enemy team.
Performance analysis. Epic.
Go ahead and see what matches decide to come out now. Looks like we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We might be rotating some players here. So I too am going to go ahead and take a quick break, and I will be right back. All right, so as we go ahead and wait, it looks like we're about to get ready here. Just wanted a quick shout out to some of the Smash standings here. Looks like we have a couple of undefeated schools with Bayport and Racine Horlick. Both were top finishers last year in the state championship in the spring. Bayport came away with first and second place for singles, and they're off to a perfect 10-0 start. Same with Racine Horlick. In Division 2, it looks like we're still waiting on some scores to go ahead and come in from yesterday's matches. I know there's been some issues within the switches and stuff like that, but we do see that Jefferson is off to a hot start, sitting at 6-4. Wilmot is undefeated. Carmen, Southeast, coming in at 1-1, but with the same map record. And again, I want to reiterate how important that the game results are. Even if you've won 3 matches, those other 2 are really important for these standings, because when it comes to seeding for playoffs, that's how we're going to go ahead and do tiebreakers and stuff like that. Take a look down here in Division 3. We have 3 undefeated teams. Edgewood coming in at a perfect 10-0. One of the players from Edgewood is actually our first ever state champion. when we had kind of an unofficial tournament 2 years ago. He was the winner of the singles, but looks like Two Rivers and Random Lake both coming in at only one loss. So pretty impressive start from some of these schools. We'll see if they are able to go ahead and keep this going. Looks like both of our teams are ready to go here. So we'll be able to jump right back in here.
Arriving at Watch Point Gibraltar. Initiating match.
All right, as we're about to go ahead and jump back in here. Got 30 seconds. Can still kind of switch some players here again, but looks like, again, the two shield composition coming out from West Salem. A little bit different of a team comp coming out of the real school. No real shields coming out other than the Winston. Quite a few good heals, though, coming out. And two flanks. I like the Genji Tracer composition here in order to get around the back line. If they're able to go ahead and get into the back line there and get rid of like the Lucio and the Mercy here, it's going to be tough for West Salem in order to go ahead and push these objectives. All right, as we're about to go ahead and jump in here. Make sure I close out of my browser so it doesn't soak up all my memory again. Go ahead and take a live look in here of the West Salem team and how they're doing. Winston jumping into the back line there, dealing some damage down onto the Sigma. Again, that Genji now coming up into the back line as he's climbing up over. Winston's able to just jump in over the shields. I really like the aggressive team composition that the real school is coming out with here. And now with 3 members down, 4 members down, 5 members down, West Salem just really needs to back up and regroup. It's really important to just come back together as a 6-man team or a 6-person team and push together. Because if you're a member or 2 down, team fights are extremely difficult in Overwatch being down like that. Again, this composition here coming out from the real school where they are essentially running like 3 flank members here. We're going to see Winston being able to jump in, and then you have the Genji and the Tracer that are able to jump into the back line as well here. It's got West Salem on their heels and just pushing back here as we see that the real school is already into the first checkpoint. The Winston ultimate coming down. And a lot of good heals coming down to keep him at full health. Moira is able to go ahead and drop some damage down there as well, like a real support champion. Again, that is all 6 members of the real school on the payload, pushing it. Winston and the Genji pushing up through the sides there. We do see that Moira does have her ultimate available. We'll go ahead and take a look here and see how the Genji is just shredding into the back line. Right there with the Winston ready to go into the back line. Now we got 2 members of West Salem trying to go ahead and pull them off. The Genji getting into the flank there, getting in behind the enemy line, able to go ahead and drop the DPS. The real school is making a real big deal, a real big statement right now. Able to go ahead and just keep pushing West Salem back, not allowing them to really get situated and set as a team. Communication is fantastic right now from the real school. Able to just work together. The Doomfist not able to spot out the Genji up there on the top. Genji just going to go ahead and jump into the bottom while Tracer is there into the back line. Nice deflection coming out there from the Genji to fend off the Roadhog. We see the Moira ultimate coming out here as well. Here the Doomfist ultimate coming down. Reaper ultimate being used. West Salem able to go ahead and get a couple members of the real school down there and able to go ahead and try to stall this push a little bit, but Tracer able to go ahead and get the Doomfist. A little bit overextended. The Sigma ultimate coming down there, but I don't think that the Sigma ultimate got anybody available. Sigma too far forward with no healers or DPS in order to help. Roadhog out here all by himself as well. Again, if you're coming out like that, just trying to 1v5 here, your pushes are gonna not go anywhere. You need to work as a team here and push together. Wait for everybody. I know it's hard in the beginning. Your natural instinct is like, oh, I'm just gonna run out there and I'm gonna try to stop this. But Overwatch is a game where you just need to hold and just wait. Like if you give up 10 meters on the point, that's okay. Wait for your team to fully respond so you can attack as a team and coordinate and attack together. And I don't think West Salem's going to be able to stop this onslaught here by the real school, as the payload is getting real close to that final point, and there it is. That's going to be the round going over to the real school.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
We'll see what West Salem has available here.
Ready for battle.
Okay, I guess. Got this big mission coming up.
Just like in training. Visualize, then execute.
West Salem having a little bit of fun there in the spawn point.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming.
All right, here we go. Let's see if West Salem has what it takes to mount the 3-0 comeback here.
Get in there.
See Reaper's trying to go ahead and get into the back line. Going to go ahead and be caught out by the enemy members there. Too little health there. We do see the Winston's going to go ahead and flank around as well. Looks like quite a few members of West Salem are already down here. Again, just got to hold up here and wait. Try to get some of those heals down. Lucio trying to deal some damage out there, but not much Lucio can do by himself. We got Reaper and Winston out here now, so at least there's a shield that we can go ahead and kind of sit behind here. Good, good. I like this from West Salem. Just regroup. Switch over to a Tjorborn. All right, and a Reinhardt. So we're going to see the mobile shield coming out here to deflect some of the damage while the rest of the team members hopefully deal the damage here. West Salem doing a really good job trying to coordinate this attack. I like the champions that they switched over to. Allows them to really try to get out of the spawn point. Reinhardt dealing as much damage as possible. Gonna fall real low on health there, though. Zyra gonna go ahead and go down as well. That's 3 members down for West Salem again. So now you got to go ahead and just go back into your spawn, recalibrate your attack here, and start again from the beginning. Don't be afraid to just go ahead and wait for everybody to come back up. So we see one other member coming down. We see Reinhardt trying to come out there, but Reinhardt gonna go ahead and take a bit of a drink there. Okay, I'll be honest, I've done that quite a few times myself. Lucio going toe-to-toe with the Moira. I'm pretty sure the Moira wins that 1v1 here. Members of West Salem are pinned down here behind the building by 3 members of the real school. Baptiste trying to do as much damage as he can. We hear the ultimate coming out, and that's going to be 2 members of West Salem going down there in the back line. Let's go ahead and switch on over here and watch from the perspective of the real school. We see the ultimate is available here. We'll wait to see how many members of West Salem come out beyond that and see if they give the opportunity in order to try to get this ultimate out. See some members trying to flank around the side here. Roadhog going to go ahead and go down. West Salem is doing a good job of covering all these exits and really rotating together as a team. Unfortunately, Tureborn's going to go ahead and go down. Really just pinned down here. The shield there, too, from the Sigma is stopping any of the damage coming out of the spawn. And Reels just got him pinned down here. West Salem's got to find an answer here in the next minute to try to be able to get out and just push this objective. West Salem is just switching as much as they can, and here comes a massive ultimate coming down. "30 seconds left for West Salem to try to mount some sort of comeback here. You know, unfortunately, the Sigma ultimate comes out, but I don't think you're going to get anybody with that as you're trying to come out of your spawn. And I don't think there's anything that West Salem's going to be able to do to stop this onslaught by Real School there. Arissa trying to come out into the back line, but again, trying to 1v6 there, and the heals are just massive coming out of Real. They're just able to just hold it down and really have an authority there. Genji coming out here with the play of the game. Again, that was a good flank there coming out with that Genji Tracer and even Winston pick, not allowing West Salem to really push forward because they were in the back line before West Salem could even get together. I mean, it's tough. That is not an easy composition in order to deal with there. Lucio doing everything that they could in order to try to heal up the team and keep them pushing forward here. All right, let's go ahead and we will check in on the standings here, see if anything has been reported for Overwatch. So let's go ahead and we'll take a quick peek over here at the standings. See a couple of matches have been reported here. It looks like Washington Park stays undefeated with a perfect 8-0 record. Go ahead and scroll down. Doesn't look like anything has been reported yet from Division 2, and we don't have any updates yet from Division 3. So, bunch of games still underway here. Let's go ahead and jump back in. It looks like we're going to go ahead and enter into the game. I do like this map. This is I'd be curious to see what the attacking team comes out with. I do believe again the real school is on the attack. I could be mistaken though. But I really wonder if they're going to come out with that kind of Genji Tracer pick again and utilize that window or even Winston too in order to just jump up onto the back line there. So we do see that West Salem is coming back out on the defense here. So
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Think you can keep up with me?
Barrier activated.
go ahead and keep an eye on this Winston. Kind of surprised the real school didn't come out with really that any sort of real flank coming out here. So I wonder if they're just going to try to just barrel through that front door there and try to just basically push them through here.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
So we can see real school is coming in here. Got the Sigma shield coming out here. Winston's going to go ahead and try to push down through that Sigma shield. But it looks like 4 or 3 members of real school are going to go ahead and try to go around the flank there. Winston's going to go ahead and catch him out here. Trying to go ahead and do as much damage as he can by himself. Able to go ahead and get one. Now caught with a Moira and a Sigma back there on the back line here. Winston's going to go ahead and drop down here. Diva's trying to deal with some of this in there as well in order to keep them off the line there. Able to go ahead and get one. Tracer is in the back line here. Dropping the Diva down. Going to go ahead and get the little Diva down as well. And that's going to be a couple members sitting on the point there for the real school. Ooh, the Zenyatta meeting the Tracer up there on the top. Go ahead and jump back here. We got 2 members of the real school on the point here. 3 members there now. Going to go ahead and keep an eye on through the DPS here. See if West Salem is able to go ahead and get him. But the sleep comes out. That is a sniper sleep coming out there. And again, we see West Salem just being pushed right off the point here. Really good coordinated attacks coming out by the real school. This Tracer is looking for the backline once again. Going to go ahead and find another Tracer here. Meanwhile, the Reaper is jumping through that Sigma shield. Jumping back and forth there, just deflecting damage coming from both sides of the shield. Pretty impressive. That's going to be 6 members of Real on the point here. They are looking to go ahead and capture this one quick. I don't think that West Salem is going to be able to, and they are not able to get any member onto the point and contest it. That's a quick round going over to the Real school.
2, 2. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
All right, here we go. The final attempt for West Salem in order to get something together here and try to push towards the objective. Again, now we see a little bit more of... That's a fun composition there by the Real School. The Hanzo, going to be a pain to deal with, able to go ahead and get into the back line here. But this Bastion pick was a huge issue for West Salem in the previous map here. So they're just going to sit the Bastion right behind the Orisa shield and just let the Bastion just spam bullets. Just like you can see here with the Orisa. Just spamming as much as possible. Throw another shield down. And just soak up all the damage and just don't let West Salem push through this objective here. The Winston coming into the back line here. We're going to go ahead and see the Orisa shield coming out now perfectly. I imagine that we're going to go ahead and see the pull coming out here in just a second. Orisa now back up to full health, so good job by the healers on the real school. The Orisa shield coming forward. Again, a nice pull, able to go ahead and get 2 members of West Salem out into the open and able to go ahead and deal quite a bit of damage. Another shield is ready to come out here from the Orisa. Going to go ahead and see it coming out. And so now, again, they can just maintain full health here behind this shield, and the Moira doing a great job. But in the back here, we do see that the real school, or West Salem, has tried to get some additional members onto the back point. We see Hammond there on the side trying to get in here. Hammond or Wrecking Ball, whatever you prefer to call it, can prove to be a bit of a pain in the butt here in this situation if able to go ahead and get back there. And we see that Hammond is going to go straight for the objective. Going to go ahead and try to get onto the point there and make the real school answer in order to get a few members out of this choke point here. We see the Orisa having to go ahead and drop the shift there. I like the strategy. I like the self-destruction strategy coming out of the Wrecking Ball there in order to try to pull some of the real school off that line. This choke point can be really, really hard for teams to go ahead and break. And I think that strategy of rolling Hammond all the way through is going to require at least 2 or 3 members of the real school to answer. Then that gives you the advantage in the choke point. So I like that strategy coming out. Just really need to see that West Salem can try to put all of that together. We see the Dragon Ultimate coming out there from Hanzo again. Hammond going right there into the back line. Again, doing a great job here, able to go ahead and get multiple members. Look at that's 4 members off the point. So hopefully we'll see here if West Salem is able to go ahead and push some of their members. But again, that looked like a self-destruct sacrifice there made as the rest of the members of West Salem weren't ready for that move there. So Hammond again just going ham, if you will, trying to get into the back line there, trying to pull some of this pressure off, hoping that members of his team are able to just go ahead and get to that point. But again, just running in like that. It's a great strategy. It's a strategy that works too. But you have to wait for the rest of your team members to get to that point to be able to help. We see Doomfist is trying to go ahead and sneak around the backside here. Going to go ahead and meet a Moira there on the flank. Doomfist doing all that he can in order to try to get onto the point. Wants to capture a point for his team. Doing all that a Doomfist can do, but meets the Lego Bastion there in the back line. And we see, I believe Orisa dropped her ultimate as well. So that's going to be a lot of heals coming out. Diva in the back line there trying to get onto the point for the team. I appreciate the effort there coming out from West Salem, just trying to get onto the board here, just trying to find a way to crack through the real defenses here. Trying to switch champions here, just doing anything that they can in order to try to get there. But the real school defenses just unpenetrable here, and that's an impressive set of wins here coming out from the real school. So congratulations to the real school. GG to both teams being brand new to the Wisconsin High School Esports. So you know, I haven't had a chance to do much background looking as far as like gamer tag lookups and stuff like that. So it's hard to say how much experience some of these schools are coming into it. You know, some schools could be coming in with, you know, master level players or diamond level players. And I know we have a lot of players that are coming off of console. So sometimes it's hard to see what kind of background experience that they have available here. Like, I believe it's Wapan has a bunch of players that came over from console, and that experience doesn't transfer over onto the PC. So like, if you look up their gamer tag, you don't get to see that, you know, that they have 200 hours played on console. You just see a level 3 or 4 account, and that's that's what they're playing on. It's unfortunate. I know Blizzard has talked about potentially creating that transfer skill that's available there, but to my knowledge, they haven't done that yet. So, GG to both teams. Appreciate the sportsmanship in the chat as well. Tune in next week for week 3 or tomorrow. I am taking volunteers, so if there's any school that would like to have their game on stream, just please reach out to me on Discord or shoot me an email. I will happily stream tomorrow's match as well. Or if you're a varsity team and you want to be on the week 3 one, please just go ahead and reach out to me and tell me what week that you want to be featured on stream. Otherwise, that's going to be it for me tonight, and I hope to see you back either tomorrow or next Wednesday. Other than that, have a good night. See ya.